Donald Trump is expected to become only the third U.S. president to be impeached by the House.
Here's a summary of the article.
Donald Trump is expected to become only the third U.S. president to be impeached by the House of Representatives. The House Judiciary Committee approved 2 articles of impeachment against Mr. Trump last week. Democrats say Mr. Trump dangled $400 million of U.S. military aid and the prospect of a coveted White House meeting for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as bargaining chips to prod the U.S. ally into announcing a corruption inquiry into the Bidens. Mr. Trump, who blocked his aides from testifying, is accused of failing to cooperate with the House impeachment investigation. Under the U.S. Constitution, a president shall be removed from office on impeachment for, and conviction of, treason, bribery, or other high crimes or misdemeanors. Once Mr. Trump is formally impeached by the House as expected, proceedings will go on to the Republican-controlled Senate for a trial in January. 2 U.S. presidents have been impeached, Andrew Johnson in 1868 and Bill Clinton in 1998, but in both cases the Senate did not vote to force them from office.
This post received a score of 19,822, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Seeing this whole thing play out just further makes me wish the party system would dissolve.
That'd be nice, yeah. No more primaries and no single candidate with approximately 50% of the vote automatically behind them.
Just do full ranked choice voting all up and down.
I believe Maine already does this actually. Could be wrong though.
Yep, we used it in our 2018 election. The R candidate was behind about 2,000 votes and he demanded a recount, so they did. Then they realized he was actually behind by about 3,500.
Haha, that's great.
Except that such a margin of error is objectively bad.
The voting system they used has preferences, so you number all the candidates from 1 to however many candidates there are, with 1 being the guy you want the most. The system then requires the top candidate to get more than 50% of all votes. If at the end of counting everything no one got more than 50%, they eliminate the guy with the least amount of votes and redistribute the votes based on what their voters put as number 2. If there's still no winner, then they do it again and again until there is. Here it says that both the Democrat and the Republican got around 46% of all number 1 votes, but with the Republican at about 2,000 ahead. They eliminated a bunch of candidates and redistributed the votes, and the Democrat got 3,500 votes ahead. The Republican then demanded a recount.
That's essentially what we have in Australia across both state and federal elections, 2-party preferred. Even though for the majority of the country there are really only 2 parties contending, the beauty of it is that you can vote for a small independent party to show your support for their policies, and then preference your preferred party of the big 2. This gives a good representation of the independents without throwing away your vote, and it sends a message to the winning candidate that there are a certain number of people in their electorate who like the independents' policies.
Senate still has to decide whether or not to remove him from office. If he isn't removed, which is likely, basically nothing happens and his impeachment is in name only. He is allowed to run in 2020.
Well, you can be sure his jimmies are rustled, if his tweeting frequency is anything to go by. We now can only hope for a Christmas miracle where Jesus comes back just to chase some more politicians with a whip, though I'd settle for a presidential aortic aneurysm. Lord knows we've lost better people to those. Should be fine with the evangelicals who love Trump too. Since he has done no wrong, death should bring him eternal happiness.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.